Hey, welcome back to CBD. I am your pilot JT, and today I wanted to talk about something that has really helped up my game in the mini drone world, and I'm talking about anti-gravity. So I was watching a video, I think it was Bardwell's, and he was, I guess they were building some quads. I think it was through Rotor Riot, but they'd come in and they was messing with something called anti-gravity. And I don't know if it was on one of the past versions of BetaFlight, but I never saw it. I think I might have breezed through it, and I honestly, I just can't remember. I'm at 10.6.0 at the moment, and I think that's the latest one out. I don't like to upgrade. I don't like to upgrade my quads. I don't like to update BetaFlight. I know they come out with a bunch of new stuff, but I'm not a genius with BetaFlight like a lot of these guys you're watching mainstream now, and I don't know enough about it to keep updating. I suppose updating with and bringing more options, you get to learn those, but I just want to fly and I want to build. So I was watching their video and they was talking about anti-gravity. So what that does, and I'm going to show you on the Avant Devil. This is one of my best quads. This thing handles like it's on rails, and it's absolutely amazing. Straight from the factory, straight from Eddie over at Avant. Out of the box, this thing is just rock and roll. So, comes with the Hobbywing G2 2450 kV motors, and it's a perfect setup. Anti-gravity, what it does, or what I feel that it does, when you come out of a drop, you feel like you're barely hitting that throttle to keep it from hitting the ground. So when you barely hit that throttle, it pops up a little bit and kind of settles in. So you may find yourself doing this number and going through a tunnel or tubes or whatever you're flying through. When that thing comes down and you barely blip that throttle to keep it from hitting the ground, it kind of pops up. Then you let down a throttle and it comes back down. You hit it again just barely and it pops back up. So that thing is constantly doing this until it finally equals out and it smooths out and you're back on track. What anti-gravity does is when it comes down and you barely blip that throttle, instead of applying that full amount of power in that movement of the stick and making it pop back up, it smooths it out. So when you're coming down, same amount of pressure that you normally do, but it's going to smooth it to keep it going forward rather than making it pop back up. Now, that is the only issue I've ever had with this quad. It turns well, it has amazing power. I can do pretty much any kind of trick with it, but I didn't really realize how bad the gravity situation, they're calling it gravity, so I didn't really realize how bad the gravity situation was until I built my towers out there and I was flying through them, and they're just squares is what they are. So I'd come up and I'd damn near hit that bar up top. So I was watching one of Josh's videos and they came in and they put the thing right at 7 and they were off. I'm like, okay, well, that looks like a good number to me. So I came in and I hooked mine up, and I actually upgraded. I can't remember which BetaFlight I had before this, but I upgraded BetaFlight to 10.6.0. I left my quad at 3.5.7 simply because I'm just not convinced with the 4. There's too much crap that I don't want to deal with. The thing flies perfect as it is, and that's the thing. I'm about to tell you something, and if your quad is flying perfect for you, you don't mess with it. Don't fix what's not broke. So I came in and put it at 7 like they did. I went out, and when I was coming down out of a drop and I hit that throttle, it didn't pop up, and it kind of it kind of weirded me out, and I didn't think I was going to get off the ground quick enough. I thought I was going to smash the ground. So I came in, I did a little bit of adjusting. The stock number on it is 5. I bumped mine to a 6.2, and it is perfect for this quad. And that's the thing, when you're tuning this anti-gravity, you want to tune for you. Don't choose somebody else's number. Don't look at my number and say, oh, that works for him, I'll do it too. Every piloting style and every quad is going to be different. Every quad is set up with different power, different kV motors. Your quad's going to respond different than mine. This is the number that worked for mine. So let's go over to BetaFlight, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so here we are at BetaFlight. This is configurator 10.6.0, and if we go ahead and go into BetaFlight and we come down to HID tuning, this right here is the number that I'm talking about, the anti-gravity. So, like I said, I had watched a couple videos on it, and those guys came in, they put their number in, they knew what they were doing, and they went out and flew, and it worked good for them. So I came in and was like, yeah, I'm going to match that number, and it was a little too much for me. So very quickly I learned that this number here is going to be set to your needs. With this adjustment, I have so much more control. Like, the quad is absolutely amazing to fly. It's perfect. It's like it's on rails, and that would have been the only issue. I mean, I talked to several pilots. I'm like, how are you keeping that thing so smooth when you're coming out of a major drop? And I never really got a good answer. They're just like, oh, that's the way I fly. It's what I do. I mean, it's skills, you know. That's what they, yeah, I'm just a badass. So give this a shot. Come in, I would say, adjust it by 0.2 or 0.3 at a time. Find what works for you. If your quad is, if that thing is perfect for you right now, don't mess with it. This is just what I needed, and I'm only bringing this up because I know when I first got into flying mini quads, that's what it did. I mean, I was up and down and up and down. I did not know how to work that throttle. So now that I'm about 2.5 years in, obviously I have a lot more control, but I still, the throttle is very touchy. So give this a shot. See what it does. Alright, so I hope that was helpful. A lot of you new guys just getting into the mini quads, coming over from DJI where you don't have to worry about this stuff. I think this is probably going to help you a lot. Check it out. If you, like I said, if your quad's flying perfect, don't mess with it. If you're having the same issue that I was having, try it out. Adjust that number, see what works for you. Come back and comment. I'd like to hear if it's helped any of you. And I guarantee if you're having that issue, you make the right adjustment, you're going to up your game, and you're going to love flying just that much more. So I'm JT, your pilot. I appreciate each and every one of you, and until I see you next time.